There's a couple of differences here. The main difference is going to be the height of Viktor Postol. He's going to have about 3 inches in advantage there.
And certainly most impressively against Lucas Matisse, whom he forced to quit. Can he do the same with someone as skilled as Bud Crawford?
Well, again, Postol has the advantage at reach 3 inches, and Crawford's going to have to maneuver and deal with that. Crawford starts out as an orthodox fighter here right now. But even that, he's got his right shoulder forward a little bit, so you never know when he's going to switch. Their idea is to try to catch him in the switch. Crawford, of course, has his name in the front. He's got the green trunks with kind of the gold lettering and his logo down the side, and the blue and a little bit of red on his trunks is Viktor Postol. This is round number 1. Crawford again notoriously starts slow, but Postol hasn't done anything yet, nor has he been able to touch him with the jab.
Well, Postol's going to have to be patient here and stick to his game plan, which right now, as you can see, he's pursuing Terence Crawford, and he's going to have to use that jab a lot. And he'll have to go through some uncomfortable moments, certainly, because Crawford's not going to be easy to hit.
And very slick with that jab. Sorry, Christina. Very slick with that jab was Postol. He had that left hand up there, and then all of a sudden zoomed right down to the body. So he's quick-handed. Go ahead, Christina.
No, I was just going to go on to what you guys said about Freddie Roach's biggest concern in this fight with Postol and Crawford is Crawford's speed. They said that's the #1 thing we got to be careful. We got to try to catch him, and their goal is to try to bait him, feint him, catch him coming in. That's what Postol will be looking to do, looking to more counter.
Well, both of these guys can punch and counter-punch.
You know, the first time I ever did a Crawford broadcast, I didn't do those fights in Omaha, but when he won in Arlington, Texas, and he beat Thomas DeLorme, when we were sitting at the apron that night and watching, I just couldn't believe how brilliant he was, how skilled he was, the nuances of boxing that he was able to pull off, the things that a lot of people just don't notice. You know, he really was good at doing those things. I mean, really wise, veteran, old-timey stuff.
Here he is switching to southpaw. For the last about 30 seconds, he's been southpaw. And he does technical things. He reminds me of a guy who you're, as a matter of fact, inducting in the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame next week, Benito Lopez. And I used to watch him. By the time I'd start explaining what he was doing something else. That's how slick he was.
And his ability to make adjustments on the fly is something that sets him apart and makes him special.
Well, he snuck in that left uppercut there. Here we go to round 2. This is scheduled for 12. Colonel Bob Sheridan, Rich Murata, Christina Pancha here. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching around the world. This promises to be a real good fight before it's all said and done.
Postol does have that old style stance of the Eastern European fighters. Straight up, hands held high, looking to jab to set things up.
Crawford southpaw to start this round here.
Yeah. Crawford fought half of the first round right-handed, then switched to southpaw. Now, sometimes he'll stay southpaw like this the rest of the way. He can do that. But I've noticed more and more in the last few fights that he's spending more time as a southpaw.
Well, he feels in there. He's got the feel of it. It's not a thing where they're going to give him instructions on that in the corner. He knows what's working and what feels good and what feels right in there.
Postol very willing to mix it up on the inside like he did with Matisse.
You know, it took a long time with Matisse, and he had to, you know, you just have to be confident in your game plan. You have to keep to it. You have to walk them down and eventually feel that you're going to get there and be able to break them down.
One thing that I see here so far, though, is Postol is not, you know, he's known for that tremendous jab, and he's side to side, he's perpetual motion. And that's why he's such a good fighter. Takes that little side step, and you never know when he's going to come back at you right-handed, because he doesn't switch when he's on the inside. He does it when he's back outside. I read that Freddie wanted to, try to catch him in the switch. Well, I promise you, you won't catch Crawford in the switch. Crawford, see that right foot to the outside. That means he can get his leverage with his left hand down the middle. But Postol touches him to the body with the jab, gets his combination.
I think part of his plan was to kind of show people I can come out here and box too.
Well, he certainly can box. There's no question about that. And so far, he's up by 2. So What your observation is right on the mark. Trying to execute is a different kettle of fish.
Exactly. He may have to do something a little more unorthodox, like maybe grabbing Terence and throwing him into the corner.
That's something that frustration might set in a little bit later. Right now, not a lot of punches being landed. Is Postol trying to get in position and throw a punch, and Crawford loaded up that left hook and as he was spinning it. Actually, the southpaw style, that's the right cross, and that's his power shot from this side. But he has equal power either way. Totally ambidextrous, but he stayed, except for the first minute of the first round, he'd been southpaw the rest of the way.
Terence is starting to smile in there, which makes me think that he's beginning to enjoy and feel confident now over the way things are beginning to evolve in this fight.
Well, they're talking. I don't know what Postol's saying, and I'm sure Terence doesn't know either, because he's speaking in
Russian, right?
Right. But for the smile, he's saying something back to him anyway. Crawford has got a real cocky look on his face, doesn't he?
Well, it takes him a couple rounds usually, you know. And by the third, fourth, definitely by the fifth round, he usually is fully confident in what he's going to bring and what his game plan is going to be, although he does do a really good job making adjustments on the fly. But
yeah, here he is with that, shorter reach, and he's doing a good job getting to the body of Postol.
It's frustrating him a little bit because Postol, like you said, can't get inside.
And his jab, which is, everybody talks about, is, it's there. Whoop. Tony, that was one of those times the guy turned his back on him, and you shouldn't. And Crawford was just he's not a dirty fighter at all by any way, shape, or manner. And Postol turned his back on him, and Crawford was in the position of throwing the punch. A little exchange. Crawford sticks his tongue out, walked into a right hand.
Yeah, Postol starting to get in punching range here.
Landed more punches in this round than any other round. But Crawford dictated it, with the exception of that last 20 seconds, it was a Crawford round. Now let's see if he can execute it. Nothing wrong with Freddie's instructions, but it's like Rich was saying, it'd be better if he cut him off. Yeah, it would be. Try to do it. Try to land that jab, which he's so famous for.
Well, I think he wants him to at least throw it out there with some bad intentions instead of throwing a lazy jab.
Oh, yeah. Well, you pointed out, Rich, too, he's the typical old-style Eastern European fighter with the hands real high and kind of almost a jab up in the air like that. Instead of snapping it out, was what Freddie wants. So he's pawing with it. He's not really committed to it, but he can get committed in a hurry with it. And the other factor is that I think there is a bit of frustration because Crawford is just so quick on his feet moving around.
I like to see Terence still try to find a way to throw more combinations, get inside a little bit. I know it's hard with that high guard you're talking about and how he kind of paused that jab hand out there, but no, I haven't really seen many body shots yet from Crawford, and I like to see him try to get inside more. Oh, there's a good left.
Pretty good counter punch there, too, that Crawford got hit by.
Yep. That right hand counter by Postol. Postol there through the left jab and then that right uppercut. Look at Postol's face. Look at
Well, there's going to be more flurries like this throughout the course of this fight. Neither one of these guys are going easy.
Oh.
Everything that Crawford does, the crowd kind of goes nuts because there's about 2 or 3 sections that are strictly Omaha people, and you can hear them cheering. There's the long looping hand. Every time Crawford does something well, the crowd either comes to its feet or gets real excited.
Thing is, Terence is starting to take some chances now. He's picking up his own offense now. By doing that, of course, too, he does court some danger because it does give a possibility of Postol's counters or of Terence actually running into something.
Well, at the outset, I mentioned that Terence notoriously starts slow, but he's in second gear right now. And if you're going to go full offense, and you're going to take a chance of getting clipped too, and that's what's happened in this round a couple of times. But with 40 seconds to go, Postol hasn't won the round. (28, 27, 26 seconds to go in the 4th round. Only been one really good flurry in the fight so far. Great foot movement by Terence Crawford, getting in position to fight. His counter punches here. Postol still not getting that jab on him too much. Left hand gets through. At the Hall of Fame ceremonies a couple of weeks ago, and he just enjoys himself. That's going to be scored as a knockdown because his knee touched, and Postol is really annoyed with that.
You know, gets more and more confident in his abilities. That side of him will come out.
Well, people say, you know what, that he doesn't talk a lot of trash.
What a great counter punch. He touches the canvas again.
Yep.
That's another knockdown. And Tony right on it. His gloves definitely hit the canvas. The canvas is what happened.
Now the second knockdown, there was a real punch here.
Counter.
See that left? See that left? Now that gets him going. He goes across just the bare touch of a glove. The first knockdown was just a little cuffing shot, but the second one, that's a real, there's going to be a real punch. You saw it, that left hand. But that was a beautiful left that started it all. Don't be misled. I mean, there was a real good shot that got it all going.
It was so fast. I need to see the replay on that.
You people might think that that's picayune by the referee, but that's not his call. His proper call is anything but the soles of your feet touch the canvas. It is a knockdown.
Doesn't matter how quickly you get up.
Or the fact it was just your hands or just your knee. So this is a huge round for Crawford now.
If the judges choose to score at 10-7, which they normally would with a 2 knockdown round, but keep in mind the fact that those were both very much flash knockdowns where only his glove really touched the canvas.
15 seconds to go in the round, and what has turned out to be what can be a huge round. Postol caught him with the right hand, and Crawford's back with 2 of his own right hands. Crawford pulls him in by the head and blasts him with the left hand, trying to get his hands free.
First one he pulled in, like his hand went down. Don't miss that.
So Crawford, with all that said and done, if it's a 10-7 round, it's a 50-43 on my score sheet with 5 in the books. This is round 6. Hard shot by Postol, one of his better punches of the fight, but gobbled right up by Terence.
Some of those early rounds were hard to score, but I feel like these last 2 rounds, Terence has really come on. And even if he's taken a shot, he's given a couple back. Let's see if he keeps up that pace.
I thought he felt that right hand though by Postol that landed earlier in this round. He's a little more wary right here.
This is round 6. A little bit more cautious. Crawford wide-eyed. He's got the mouth open. He's still hot dogging it a bit, like he's enjoying it.
Postol just has not hit him enough to slow him down at all.
This is one of those slick things again. He feinted in with the left shoulder like he was going to throw a right hand, and then all of a sudden he lets the left hand go. One of the slick movements to the body of the Iceman. He's going to have to really turn it up a notch to crawl back into this thing.
And try to cut off the ring, because that's when he's been able to catch him a couple times.
And he gets him in the corner, but he's so quick even when he catches up with him. Slick movement there. Pull that left shoulder back and cracked him with the right hand. And those are the slick things he does.
And then it's power too.
Yeah. And then as he gets to the inside, he pulls him right into him so Postol can't retaliate. I mean, this is really ring generalship by Crawford. And when it's time to exchange, it seems like it's always Crawford getting off first. And as I say that, of course, Postol does it first. Very interesting. Big difference in the scoring in this fight is that if in fact the judges gave it a 10-7 round in the 5th, and if possibly anybody could have scored one a couple of the rounds, the first couple of rounds that were fairly close, not much between them at all. Several world title fights that Guido Cavalieri from Italy has scored. As I recall, he's a very, very good judge.
I think a change in strategy has to come from Postol. I think he's got to go reckless, and I think he's got to try to rough up Crawford if he can. Make it more of a mauling fight. Forget about boxing.
But look at that. He thinks he's got him backed off in the corner. All of a sudden, his legs split. You don't know whether he's going to keep sliding to his right. In that case, he went around to his right when he get backed off into the corner. So, I mean, these are the things that Crawford is the ring general. Then he comes in, lunges. The Iceman bends over. He gets hit in the side of the head. See, that's that move, and it's frustrating Postol. Crawford puts his hands up the eye. I'm an innocent little lad. He blasts the body. He's tough, too. You know, there's a lot of street.
And I'm liking the game plan that Brian Bomac McIntyre has put together. I think they're doing a great job. They're doing what they need to do to win these rounds. I mean, much has been said about, you know, Freddie Roach in the other corner, but you got to give Team Crawford some credit in their preparation. They're frustrating Postol.
You know, Viktor has a reach advantage in this fight in terms of inches, and with his normally effective left jab, you would think that would really be a big part of the fight, but Crawford has completely taken the jab away from him.
And that's with the movement. And he doesn't just go to his right and commit to his right. He'll take a couple of bounces to his right and then boom, right back the other way. Or he'll step with his left foot behind him. Then he'll plant like he just did then. Let off the punches. There's no way you can give the Iceman that round. See, try to do things. Look at this. Look at this, Rich. Boom.
That's just great work. I mean, what can you say? That's just brilliant fighting.
Oh.
He was leaning back, and then Postol lures Postol into leaning forward.
Oh.
You get clipped again.
It was almost one of those flash knockdowns. His glove barely stayed off the canvas.
You better start before the bell rings if you fight Terence Crawford.
Figure out where he can attack. That hand goes up in the air. He'll come downstairs with the body just like that.
Yep.
Oh, cracked him with a hard left hand. Off balance again.
But then later on in the round, as you can see, that is actually behind the head. He cuffed him behind the head.
It doesn't look like he's staggered, Rich, but, you know, he really goes off balance with that left hand. There it is again, and he falls away from it.
Yep, and so he is affected by the punch.
Absolutely he's affected by it. Let's see what Terence did. The uppercut, left hand. I mean, you just don't know from whence he's coming, this guy. This is a brilliant, brilliant boxing. He wanted to showcase himself on pay-per-view. So far, so good. But Terence Crawford. Now he's got him in a corner, but he waited too long. Get him in the corner, you better snap the trap, because Crawford won't be there. And if he's going to be there, he's going to be firing. In that time, spins around and he knows how to tie this guy up. The guy can't do anything with it. Postol now, it looks like he's got a little adrenaline flow right now. He lands a right hand, but it's partially blocked on the gloves. He didn't really catch his chin.
No, but that was a pretty good punch.
Yeah.
It wasn't too far off the mark. He needs a little more of that.
Well, that's what Freddie wants him to try to land, but again, easier said than done. They were a little split by that left eye. Can't tell if Postol's left eye might have, I guess not. And those first 4 rounds were very close, and there wasn't a lot between the two of them.
Even the first one was kind of tough.
Yeah. So if he gave a couple of those rounds to Postol, it's insignificant at this stage. And I wouldn't find any fault with giving a couple of the first 4 rounds to Postol. It's just not the way I scored. I hate to say this, Rich, but I've scored more fights than all 3 of the official judges combined. But, the official judges.
Their scores matter.
Exactly.
Now the fans are a little frustrated here.
Yeah, this is not the type of action that we expected in this fight, but we didn't expect that Crawford would be so dominant in this fight. He's picking his shots, but his defense has, been sensational in this fight. We're in the 9th round. Mostly Crawford, but Crawford not doing much in the 9th round whatsoever, except continuing to move and frustrating our friend from the Ukraine.
Well, and after watching 8 rounds and going to the 9th now, this is the 1 versus 2. It seems like Terence Crawford is just widening the gap about how close Postol is in that number 2 spot.
And that time the legs did start to go Postol. But even if we changed that to a 2-point difference and you gave him a couple of the first 4 rounds, Crawford has definitely done everything from 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus he won the 5th round by at least 2 points. So
that plan B has never come out.
Well, he had the plan B where he wanted a lot more right hands. He tried to throw him and he gets counterpunched by Crawford. Look at that. There's a straight left right down the middle on the right-handed fighter. The right hook, the straight left jab again. All these are, these are fairly heavy punches. He didn't just move around to get away, so therefore I don't see him as running.
Question is he doing enough that would stamp him as...
Go ahead, Rich, with that thought.
As somebody to fight Manny Pacquiao in November.
Our principals, 2 champions. One is going to lose his title tonight. And right now it looks like Terence Crawford is going to pick that up. Right now, in the 11th round. It's been all Crawford in my score sheet. Nobody has really been seriously shaken in the fight. Right, he's able to score at will with the right hand.
He just lures you in on him, and he gets you to stick your chin out.
Oh, and he's in the zone. He's in the zone right now.
I mean, don't forget his right hand is his jabbing hand, but I mean, this guy, for all practical purposes, can fight as a right-handed fighter too, so he's got plenty of power in his right hand. He hasn't had many uncomfortable moments in this one. He get clipped by a decent right hand.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful when he turns his back because now time has been called out. He's going to take a point away for hitting in the back of the head, and he should. It's a very, very dangerous thing. It's academic anyway. So this is going to turn out to be another 10-8 round. And this is the 12th and final round. The only way Postol can win this, Postol needs a knockout.
He came right
going for it.
Yeah, he landed left and a right.
And he's furious about the point going away, and so is Freddie in the corner. I understand, but you got to follow the rules all the way. You can see an adrenaline flow for Postol because Freddie had told him, you got to knock this guy out now.
Maybe too little, too late.
Yeah, but he should have fought at this pace.
Exactly.
Before this. You leave yourself 1 round to get it done.
But see, he's kind of waltzes into his guy. And here he is, Postol's going for knock. And Crawford knows how to get out of there.
And Chavez Jr. almost pulled it off against Sergio Martinez when he'd lost every round practically.
And Chavez Sr., he had a very controversial win when Richard Steele stopped the fight. Although to this day, if you see Meldrick Taylor, we know that was right. Postol is into this thing now. He caught Crawford with a good right hand. But he's backing off. There's only about a minute to go in this fight.
Now Crawford saying, come on, I'll fight you. So fight him.
Crawford doesn't have to do this. Oh, he hit him right in the button with a hard shot on the inside with that right hand. Now Crawford wants to make a point right now. This is the type of fight we thought we'd see all along. This has been a brilliant fight for Crawford, no matter what anybody says. This is a brilliant fight. He nails him, almost dropped him. And that's it, it's all over. Look at the smile on his face. You said almost every round, Christina, I got to win in every round.